Hello, hello. I am Moist Weenus, and I am joined tonight by my loving friend Swing Time. How are you doing tonight, Swing Time?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm having a really good time casting games tonight, and I'm really excited for this match in particular.
What we're doing is we're going through the Cast My Replays file folder, and we're picking out some games that haven't been cast that teams would like to be casted, and we're picking them up, and we're doing them tonight. It is a Friday night, though, so we have to make it a little bit special, if you know what I mean. So this is what we're doing. During the draft, or we won't be able to see the draft, but we will look at both team comps at the beginning. Swing and I will make some kind of a bet. Loser has to take a shot. And then on top of that, if either team gets a team wipe, all 5 players on the other team are dead, we will take a shot at the end of the match. That is what we're going to do tonight. And tonight we have a very exciting replay to watch. We have, this is Division D East. We have Disturbance on the blue team and MHS Tigers on the red team. Do you have anything that you want to talk about before we get into looking at the team draft?
Before we start looking at the team draft,
Did I miss anything?
No. I think you're good. We're looks like we're on Volskaya for map 1, and that will be fun and exciting for sure.
Absolutely. The only other thing I have to add is send all complaints to @MoistWeenus on Twitter and hold me accountable there. All right. Well, I think we're ready, so I'm going to pop us on over onto the game stream, and we'll see what's going to happen there. But before we do that, I just want to say how excited we are to cast this game, and I will symbolize that to you now with this. We are quite excited. All right, here we go. All right. Well, before we start, I'm going to just take a look here at this draft. Swing, if you could pull that up as well. We can look at it together. Yeah. So, for Disturbance, we have Garrosh, Malfurion, Leoric, Hanzo, Chromie. And for Tigers, we have Junkrat, Gazlowe, ETC, Maev, and Alexstrasza. Who do you favor in this draft?
Well, okay.
I know, I'm just springing it on you.
I'm super excited for the draft on the Tiger side. I'm excited about the Gazlowe. I'm excited about the Junkrat and the Maev and how those are all going to kind of work together. Plus, you've got the ETC, thrown in there. If he gets off a huge mosh, if that's the old he decides to go, it's going to be really exciting with all those heroes with, kind of that we don't always see all the time. Like, especially Gazlowe, we don't see super often. So I'm very excited for that. And on the other side, on the side of Disturbance, I really like the Hanzo and Chromie, who are going to be able to poke really well in onto, the point there. Plus, you've got Garrosh throw into the Malfurion roots. That's going to be really exciting. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I've seen a lot of chitter chatter from Bameduho about playing Gazlowe, both for fun and just possibly connecting with a meta. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure. We don't know how this game is going to go or the following game. We haven't looked at the results, so it's going to be a surprise to both of us. I'm going to be watching Gazlowe to see if any kind of crazy plays happen there. I expect a lot of maybe camp clears, I suppose. I'm not sure. I don't play Gazlowe. I'm not super familiar with Gazlowe. There might be some synergy with ETC if we do like Mosh and... is it Gravitron Bomb? Is that
the one that pulls everybody in?
Yeah, is that what it is?
See, I was thinking that could be really good with Maev as well.
With Warden's Cage or something else. Yeah, and then so I also like I like the poke that Disturbance has for the point with your Hanzo, with your Chromie, and then you have a separation with your front line of Garrosh and Leoric. I like that. They're tankier on Disturbance than Tigers. But I like the AoE damage and direct engagement that Tigers has. Junkrat has a fair amount of poke as well. Alexstrasza has really good point control, pushing people off of the point, and doing a lot of damage and healing in choke points. So I'm excited. What kind of a bet do you want to have going here?
Good question. I also wanted to mention real quick about the Grush. He's going to need to be careful not to throw somebody like right next to his Chromie or his Hanzo in the back line as he tosses them back, because that could be kind of terrifying for those two heroes.
Yeah, I can see Garrosh doing some throws to towers, but if Garrosh is throwing to his back line, really you have a Chromie and a Hanzo back there, and
Yeah, be careful. I'm just saying,
yeah,
be careful.
if you throw the Maev or the ETC back there, that might kind of backfire actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know what.
Do you want to do healing, kills, deaths? Let's do which team. I'll let you pick first, and I'll take the other side. Which team in this composition do you think is going to get more kills by the end of the game?
More kills.
Most kills by the end of the game.
I think it's going to be Disturbance. I think that the damage that can be coming out from Hanzo and Chromie is going to be huge. I mean, if anybody gets low at all, that Chromie, can just take them out in a heartbeat. So I'm going to go with Disturbance.
I would take that bet too. I think you're going to win this one. And for next game, I'm going to have you ask me the question. I get to pick. But that's on me for picking that. Okay. So you're taking Disturbance as having more kills at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, I think we're all set. So I think we're going to get this game started.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, so I'm going to hit play here. This is recast, and I'm going to cheat at the very beginning just because these heroes are grouping up a little bit. We have, on the left side, we have Disturbance with Wraithling on Garrosh, Mambo on Malfurion, OBB on Leoric. We have Atrovian on Hanzo, NME of Entropy on Chromie, and that does it for Disturbance.
For MHS Tigers, the red team, we have Winslow playing Junkrat, Gazlow played by B. Maduho, Wolf Dark is on ETC, B. Blob 757 is on Maev, and Alex Truss is played by Igor Chomp Chom.
Oh my goodness. We see a little bit of maybe it's lag or something, but Maev was still in base for all of that countdown and is now making her way to mid lane. Gazlow starts off bottom right off the gate, trying to maybe soak that XP, give the advantage to Tigers. ETC doing some sliding, getting Garrosh a little bit
a throw
low
on the ETC, and that is going to result in a kill for Hanzo. Gets some good damage on ETC there.
That's a good first pick for Disturbance. And that will maybe neutralize the XP gain from Gazlow in the bottom lane for the moment. Junkrat does split top to fight with this Garrosh. Garrosh is going to be soloing against the Junkrat. I like this matchup. We have range versus abilities and throws. We'll see how that goes as we check back in later.
And also, Junkrat also has a potential escape if he does happen to get thrown by Garrosh.
We have Leoric matching up against the Gazlow bottom. And then we have a 3v3 in the middle with ETC, Maev, Alex Straza against Hanzo, Chromie, and Malfurion.
You can already see Leoric having some struggles against the turrets being put out by Gazlow. He already had to tap the well.
Gazlow is a very strong solo laner, setting up all of his turrets, putting pressure on Leoric. Leoric can only really fight in lane against a solo laner if he can land his sticky hand and regenerate some of his health. So with turrets at range, it makes it a little bit hard. So Junkrat is pushing a little bit in top. He backs up a little bit just to avoid any kind of throw potential from Garrosh, which I think is very wise. He's just playing it safe. But Garrosh is down to about 40% health, so it seems like he's winning that range as long as he doesn't get thrown. He's going to win that race.
Also, looking at the talents, Garrosh did take the talent to increase the throw range, so that makes him even scarier. And Hanzo has gone target practice quest.
All right, so Hanzo is going to be looking to hit multiple heroes. He might be switching between lanes trying to get those accomplished. So we're going to see the Tigers go and try to pick up their siege camp early, as well as Disturbance they're going to pick up their camp as well, and they actually beat Tigers to that. The first point is going to spawn middle. It's going to be point A, and it's going to pop in about 13 seconds. BB Lob 757 is just kind of hanging out there, looking to possibly pull someone out and get a gank before this happens. But Garrosh is going to come down into middle, and he's going to be a little bit harder to engage on. Both teams contesting the point right now. Leoric is still bottom, soaking XP. Gazlo is setting up turrets.
Got a throw on Junkrat, who also gets rooted as well, but nice healing by Alexstrasza, keeping him alive there.
Disturbance members getting a little bit low and having to back off the point. We do see Alexstrasza Dragon popped, and that will... Oh, we get a throw from on ETC, but he comes back in. OBB getting very low, backing out here. Chromie getting a lot of damage on the Alexstrasza. Maev having to drop back because she is low as well. But the point is still being taken by Tigers.
Oh, those dragon breaths from Chromie are just devastating.
Dragon, yes, they eliminate the Gazlo, and now they're outmatched and outgunned. Tigers are trying to engage as they can safely on the outside. They have 4 members here. Gazlo has just respawned. They do have an advantage of having 57 or 56% of the objective, but Maev gets thrown. Now she's in between all members of Disturbance. She tries to back out. She does pull the Chromie back, and the Chromie gets picked, which is a very nice play. But we have very, very low health on the Junkrat, on the Alexstrasza. Junkrat goes down.
Maev is in big trouble here, so is Alexstrasza.
Alexstrasza survives, but Maev does not. And Tigers are going to have to back off this point again. This point will probably go to Disturbance. That was quite a fight. It was very back and forth. We do have a talent tier advantage for Disturbance. They're at level 7. Tigers about to hit 7 almost now. Then they'll be on even talent tier, but they do have... they did lose some heroes there, and it's a 4-to-1 kill count in favor of Disturbance. We have Garrosh and Hanzo in the Protector. And now we have a 5v5 here in the middle, but Maev is getting very low.
Ooh, huge
ETC.
Damage coming out on all of Tiger's team. They're going to heal up in an Alexstrasza circle in the back there.
The Protector falls, but at the same time, Disturbance does a good job of distributing a lot of damage onto Tigers. Tigers should just regroup here, heal up, and look for another engage. Disturbance is up about half a level, so that's something that Tigers will be looking to try to recoup. We have ETC is collecting regeneration globes. He's at 11 of 20. Not too bad at 6 minutes. It's pretty good. We have the camp. We have the fortification camp picked up by Disturbance. Chromie's going to go ahead and hold on to that for now. ETC gets thrown. ETC. Yes.
Garrosh is getting some good throws, but unfortunately, most of them have been on ETC, and ETC, can usually just kind of power slide out and get to safety. So I'm sure he's trying to get on a different target. He's just struggling, getting up far enough.
That's a good point. ETC does have so much good escape that he's really not the ideal throw target. Chromie putting out so much damage onto Tigers, doing a really good job of keeping them back, poking from afar. So we see Tigers, they're going to go ahead and try to pick up their fortification camp. Gazlo putting down some turrets to get a turret. I think that's the exchange, turret for a turret. And up top, we have Hanzo and Garrosh fighting against this ETC, but also clearing out the siege camp that was pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Maev is going to join the party top.
The next objective is going to be top, so that top siege camp probably isn't going to get a ton of value, but it's still good for Disturbance to go ahead and pick it up and get that into the lane.
Yep. It will probably be neutralized by Tigers once they go up for the point, but in the meantime, it gives them XP, it gives them some distraction. Leork has just been pretty much left alone bottom for a lot of this match so far. We're gonna see a fight over the support camp. Oh, an excellent mosh.
Ooh, Garrosh just got stunned and is gonna go down.
Malfurion goes down, Hanzo goes down, Garrosh goes down. This is a big win for MHS Tigers.
For sure, and then you've also got the objective unlocking in 15 seconds. Obviously, Disturbance will res in time, but I think it's going to allow Tigers to kind of get, onto that point and force Disturbance to kind of move in on them.
Absolutely. Gazlo figures that they have enough control up there that they're going to go ahead and push mid, try to get some more XP. Maiev is in a little bit of a dangerous position here, getting time trapped by Chromie and then looped. Escapes
good
with a
timing.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Very well played, but still very, very low. It's going to have to teleport away to escape.
We do have heroics out, by the way. Over on the side of Tigers, we have Riptire. Oh, Junkrat just got not going to get a Riptire out.
No, Junkrat gets picked by the Chromie.
Yep. Gravel Bomb by Gazlo. We do have Mosh Pit, Warden's Cage, and Cleansing Flame for Alexstrasza.
And then for Disturbance, we have Decimate, Twilight Dream, Entomb, Dragon's Arrow, Temporal Loop. Gazlo getting very low here, running, silenced, and escaping and surviving while trapping. Malfurion almost hitting and killing from behind the wall. So that was a good try. So we're gonna see here, the Tiger's gonna go ahead and pick up their siege camp. They're gonna go ahead and wait to regroup until they can go in as 5. All 5 members are up. They're just waiting for everyone to get back together. Gazlo is a little bit low, but now they're all healed up and they go to engage. ETC is taking a beating. He drops his Mosh. It does catch a few.
There's the Warden's Cage as well. Nice combination here.
Several players very, very low.
And a beautiful power slide.
Leork, Malfurion, Garrosh, ETC, all going down. So this is a good engagement. Well, we lost Alexstrasza and Maiev. So now it's a
3 for 2.
Now it's a 3 versus 2 here on this point. But somehow MHS Tigers, they bully them off and they're able to get the Protector.
That was a really exciting fight. Really well played. I saw some really good things for both sides.
The bloodbath was real. Kills are relatively close right now. Even talent here. 8 kills on the side of Disturbance. 7 kills on the side of Tigers. The Protector will go mid, clean up these siege buildings, these towers, this wall, and I think they're gonna maybe possibly push. Nope, they're gonna go bottom. They're gonna go make friends with this Leork. BB Lob 757 says, "Why didn't you go to the fountain?" Oops. Maybe that was a mistell. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm thinking he meant to say that in team chat. Maybe not all chat, but that's okay.
The Protector doesn't have a whole lot of protection down here, not a whole lot of team push to push with it. However, this Leork is very low and does go down as Tigers come in to engage with their Protector. We get a very nice root. Protector is just about dead. They're going to try to push for this fort, but it's probably not going to go down. We have a great stun coming out from Hanzo. Time loop from Chromie onto the ETC. No follow-up. And we get very good zoning from the Gazlo there for the escape.
I've noticed that Alexstrasza is doing a good job of putting her healing circles far enough back to where they're not in danger of getting completely destroyed by Chromie.
Yeah, looking at the healing is heavily in favor so far of Alexstrasza. She's at 41k, Malfurion's at 34, but that can change late game. So we'll see if talents come into play that change that situation. We're getting some contesting happening over here on the support camp. Alexstrasza going into the air with her Cleansing Flame. Comes back down.
Well, there's the Warden's Cage, but it doesn't quite connect.
Riptire coming out. Ooh. We have Alexstrasza dropping and Malfurion.
Both healers down.
Disturbance is going to have to back out here, I believe, because their backline is pretty squishy. But, I mean, ETC, he's got like what? He's got like 20% health left.
Yeah, Chromie just hit him with some big damage there, so he's having to back out.
We see some pinging on this siege camp, but it looks like Disturbance is going to be able to... Well, Disturbance is possibly giving up on it after almost taking one of the siege units down all the way. Gazlo is going to go ahead and work up here in the top right on their siege camp. It's going to take that, and we're looking at an invade here from Tigers onto Disturbance's fortification camp. If they can pull this off, this is going to be a rather large advantage for them.
Yeah,
both
no
teams,
problem.
Both teams at 16. This game is still too close to call. And the kills now are tied at 9. Getting a toss on Maev. She is going to get out with this teleport, but a stun following up from the Hanzo, and good zoning once again from the Gazlo, making sure the rest of her teammates escape alive. This bottom fort for Disturbance is quite low. We're going to get a push probably from Tigers before we can get any kind of Disturbance defense lined up. Oh, and they do back off. Tigers will back off from this fort. They do not want to fight right now. They're going to go ahead and maybe come back to that fort later.
I just love that trap, the chattering teeth trap.
Oh yeah, no, it's
so
amazing.
funny.
It's like that wind-up toy, you know, from the, I don't know, 80s or whatever.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, so we are going to see Tigers standing on the point right now. 10 seconds until it activates. On the side of Disturbance, we see a big spread. We see this camp that's going to get picked up now, this siege camp in the top left. And so right now, I don't think Tigers knows, but it's a 5v3.
Yeah, they could have been a little more aggressive. They might not have realized it. You can see Gazlo setting up turrets on these conveyor belts.
The conveyor belts of death.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty when Disturbance tries to come in on this.
There's multiple traps.
And 2 turrets down.
There's Gazlo turrets and there's camp turrets. Tigers is putting up a huge defense. I'm not sure why they're going out and fighting outside of their defensive setup. Maev is getting very low, but does escape back. Ooh,
we got a entomb there. ETC gets out and gets a mosh off on 2
Straza
players.
healing everybody up from the air. And it's going to keep everybody alive for right now. Maev is very low and will get picked off. Leoric goes down as well. Right now, I think we still have... I think it's still favoring Tigers right now, and they do get the Protector. We have Gazlo and Junkrat.
Garage
They hop in, they pick off the garage. Wow.
That Protector really can do a lot of damage to players.
Apparently, Chromie can use her time traps to stop the Protector. I think that's a little bit wonky, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's the way that this game is going, and that's the way it works. We do have a camp, though. However, that Disturbance picked up right before this fight that is pushing top and will get some siege damage on that wall in the top fort. However, we have siege damage happening right here on the front wall of Disturbance's keep, which is a much bigger deal.
Disturbance has to be a little bit worried for this keep at this point.
We also have 2 heroes down on the side of Disturbance, and 1 Maev who died as well, who is now alive, but is in the top lane going to push back that camp. I think that's a good call. An excellent
Nice stun.
Very nice stun by the Hanzo. Junkrat throwing some push out there. Once again, disengage from Gazlo. Very, very well played.
Yeah, so Maev's just cleaned up in the mid lane here. Really well played by Tigers there, I think.
I think they knew when to get out and why to get out, and I think they executed that very well. We're going to see this fortification camp picked up by Disturbance. I don't think they liked being outgunned by 2 turrets in that last objective fight.
Yeah, that was rough.
We see the support camp being started by Tigers. Throwing down some dissuasion to the bottom left. But I think Disturbance wants to get in there. Nope. Who can pick it up first? And ETC does manage. Wolfdark does manage to pick it up. Ooh, we see a Twilight Dream coming out. An excellent Gazlo ult. We see Malfurion go down. We see Hanzo go down. We see Leoric go down.
Yeah.
And Garrosh is running. he can make it to the fort, I'm sure. Chromie is running as well. Entropy and Wraithling will make it out. That was a big win for Tigers.
Yeah, that was a really nice combination of the gravel bomb with the Maiev Warden's Cage.
Chromie getting pulled, but then blown back over the wall. A little bit of anti-synergy there.
We got some body blocking on the Garrosh, and he is going to go down as well.
Garrosh will take a nap for a little bit. Gazlo does go ahead and pick up the top right siege camp for Tigers. And with 3 members down from Disturbance, Tigers could possibly get more damage done on these towers and on this wall. Looks like they're going to opt instead to take this siege camp from Disturbance. A very good call.
I think this could be a good move. Take the camp and then go up and take the top fort as well.
They do have pressure from their own siege camp pushing on that fort now, so I think that might be enough of a distraction to take that fort. Could be a very good call. We do have a turret on Alexstrasza. She might be putting it down soon. Nope,
Got Maiev chasing Leoric, and down the bottom pulls him right into the Junkrat trap. That was a nice little combo there.
Oh,
and does
Maiev gets it. Wow, what a chase. And they get the top fort. And they didn't have to, and they have 2 turrets yet again. This next objective is spawning in 8 seconds. And they're going to have a hell of a defense again. Maiev is holding out on
Looks
this.
like they might be trying to catch Disturbance on the rotation here. Another Warden's Cage out.
Maiev getting very low and stunned, but so is Garrosh. Garrosh is running. Garrosh is at 50 health. He goes down. So does Chromie. This could be disaster. Maiev does go down. So does the Hanzo. So we have Hanzo, Chromie, and Garrosh all down, and so will Malfurion fall. 4 for 1.
And
actually,
Leoric,
that's 5.
Yeah,
That's 5.
is.
That counts as a team wipe. We're not
That's
excited for
shots.
one team or the other, but we have to take shots because of it.
All right, are we doing that now?
No. We'll do it post game.
Okay, perfect.
All right. It's hard
Tigers
to tell.
going in on the keep here, in the bottom keep. Also, that was a nice combination with the Warden's Cage and then the Riptire from Junkrat. I don't know if you caught that, but it just did a lot of damage there.
Indeed, the synergy is very, very strong. I don't think I've ever taken this talent where Junkrat can put down multiple traps. Have you?
No, this is there's traps like all over the place. This is great.
The zoning capabilities from Junkrat combined with Gazlo is huge. We have 50% now of the objective taken by Tigers. They're doing excellent zoning with these traps. They have 3 items. They're full of items. They have the healing ward, and they have 2 of the turrets they're able to put down on this. If they drop everything,
yeah,
and they don't even need
just
to.
got such good point control with all the turrets and the traps, and yeah.
And the protector again goes to MHS Tigers, and they're going to take this. They're going bottom. Seems, or maybe they're going to bottom to end.
Yeah, they may be thinking, hey, this is a late game protector. Let's go for it, and I think they could do it.
This is
Especially
a solid
if they get
push.
A pick or 2 here.
If they get a pick here, and even 2, this could be the end of game 1. Gazlo and Junkrat are in the protector. Alexstrasza goes in the air, laying down some damage and some heals.
Maiev trying to dive into the back line.
The core is at 80%.
Punisher's still at half health. I think they've got this.
This is it. Game 1. Game 1 going to MHS Tigers. Very well played.
What
Very
an exciting
well played,
comp.
That was great.
And wow, you won that bet hard.
All right, so it sounds like at this point I'm taking 1 and you're taking 2.
Correct.
Oh wait, actually, let me look at the score. Oh yeah, 21 to 12 as far as kills. Okay. All right, let's just pull up the. I'm gonna pull up the stats real quick, and I'm gonna throw us in the draft screen. So let's take a look at some of these stats and see what we see. See a lot of siege damage coming out from Junkrat and Leoric. Leoric did a lot of work by himself while the teams were fighting in other lanes and other objectives and things like that. Do you think that was a hindrance, or do you think it was helpful to the team? Do you think do you think the experience of having someone in the off lane pushing during team fights is worth being disadvantaged in the team fight itself?
Well, I think they needed to make sure they stayed on even talent tiers as much as possible. So I understand, why they went that direction. But that being said, I think it was just tough because of how MHS Tigers was setting up on the point. I mean, you could see it was like a wall of everything, turrets and traps, and I mean, there's just really no way they could go in there. So maybe Disturbance just kind of realized that and decided to try to get value in another lane and just defend the protector the best that they could.
Tigers were laying down like trenches at Normandy. There was multiple traps. There was mines. There were turrets. They did a good job of taking the assisting items such as the turrets, such as the healing ward, and having those ready and not popping them. There's certain times where I thought they were gonna drop a turret or drop a healing ward, and they held on to it because they just didn't need it. And really holding on to those cooldowns was very helpful. They just had so many lines of defense to get to the objective. It made it very hard for Disturbance to engage.
Yeah, I mean, both teams had completely different strategies for getting on the point, right? Because, I mean, Disturbance, they had so much poke, but their frontliners just really couldn't move up because of all of the damage they would be taking from, like, we talked about all the turrets and traps and everything else that were being put down. Tigers did a good job of getting on the point early and getting all set up, making it really hard for Disturbance to move in and really have a chance of taking it over the point.
Absolutely. This was a fantastic game to watch. I think both teams played very well. I think, actually, I'm not sure whose map this was, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was Tiger's map because it seems like they had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
They had a plan for this map, and this is something that I thought might happen. Volskaya wasn't chosen very much at all last season, and I felt like a lot of teams were going to try new maps that other teams hadn't practiced so that they'd have an advantage on.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, though? This could have very well been Disturbance map. I'm not sure. But this was a lot of fun to watch. I think both teams did very well. And I look forward to looking at Game 2.
For sure.
Actually, definitely. I should update the scoreboard here. We'll give Tigers the +1. All right. Okay. So we're going to take a quick hold, and then we're going to go to Game 2. Actually, we probably should, just to hold us accountable, we probably should do our shots before we start the next game.
Okay. I've got my first one here.
Is that cool with you?
That's totally cool with me.
All right.
Cheers, and that's okay, Disturbance. I still believe in you. Even though you didn't get the most kills this game, we'll see what you do next game.
Cheers.
But cheers.
Whew.
All right.
Number 2.
Okay.
Feel free to join us for hot shots after Game 2.
if I'm still conscious. So this one is for the full team wipe that we had.
Yeah,
during the game.
And we've casted a number of games this evening in the Cast My Replays, and this is the first team wipe that we've run across. So it was very exciting for us. It was hard to tell because the Leoric screen didn't look like he was dead, but it's because he's respawning.
Right. And then I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, there he is.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with Game 2 of Disturbance versus MHS Tigers. Div D East. Exciting times. All right, we will be right back. Hello and welcome back. We have a little bit of a situation because in replay number 2, the teams are swapped, so they swap sides. So I'm gonna have to move some logos around here before everyone gets confused. So we're gonna have Disturbance now on the red team, and we're gonna have MHS Tigers over here on the left. That was a great game 1. I look forward to game 2. Let's take a look at the draft.
Yes, let's.
Okay, so for the Tigers, we have Hanzo, Gazlo, Brightwing, Phoenix, Diablo. And for Disturbance, we have Dahaka, Maev, Thrall, Stukov, Muradin. Sorry, my burp button has to be muted. What can you tell us about this draft? What do you see here that intrigues you?
Okay, well, I'm really excited to see a Gazlo again, 2 games in a row. That's amazing. And I'm also excited to see the Phoenix as well, because Phoenix a lot of times doesn't make it through the draft, so that'll be exciting to see Phoenix played here along with that Gazlo. And then on the side of Disturbance, I think the Dahaka is a great pickup on this map. You know, we're on Cursed Hollow here. You know, he's great for getting that extra soak in the lane and then being able to, you know, brush stock in to help with the fight by the tribute. And also, I like the Stukov with Maev to throw that silence under everybody that gets, you know, caught in that Warden's Cage.
Yeah, I agree. I see 2 very well built teams. I think they're both strong on this map. I like the globals. We have a global on Dahaka, but we also have a global on Brightwing. I think that's going to be helpful. I think in this fight, I think I'm going to have to favor Disturbance in this draft, just because this isn't the same situation as last game where a lot of turrets and a lot of mines protecting 1 point really has a lot of value. Here I think it's the same thing, but there's so many different entry points that I think it's going to be hard to use the same concentration against Disturbance, but it may work too. So, you know, who knows? I'm not sure. We're going to see some stacking quests, probably, definitely by Phoenix, maybe by Thrall. Hanzo had the stacking quest, I believe, last game. So I guess, you know, that plays a part as well. Who can get the hits?
Yeah, and I guess I should probably mention also that Tigers has Brightwing, which is also a global. So Brightwing will be able to, you know, get some extra soak and then teleport in for the fight by the tribute. And also, you know, if Brightwing goes Emerald wins, she could also be really good boss control. And this map does have 2 bosses on it.
Boss control or also tribute control as well, right? Could be either. All right.
Yep.
I brought the bet to us last time. You bring the bet to me now.
Okay, Weenus. Pick a team, and every time that team earns the curse, I'll take a shot.
Oh.
And every time the other team that you didn't pick gets a curse, you take a shot.
You realize there's going to be a lot of curses this game.
Do you think?
Right? You mean okay, not a tribute, a curse.
A curse, an actual curse.
Okay, yeah. I thought
not
you
a tribute, not a tribute.
I was like, for each tribute? That's crazy.
No, actual full on
blown curse. Yep. All right. Okay, I'm going to pick Tigers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Disturbance. I need you to help me out this time.
I hope you're thirsty, Swing, because it's time for some shots headed your way. And by the way, all the side betting, like, we wish both teams the best of luck. It's not like we're rooting for one team or another. It's just a little bit of a side mini game that we like to play while we do these replay casts, just for fun. So
yes,
we have the utmost respect for both teams, and we hope to see a good game here. Our side bets is just for fun and has nothing to do with anything else. So
yeah, good to both teams for sure.
Absolutely. All right, well, I think we're about to get into this one. So once again, I just gotta say that we're super excited. I played the chicken because Swing can't hear the air horn or see the flashing lights. But here we go. We are going to go into Game 2, Div D East. We have the MHS Tigers on the left versus Disturbance. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So over here on the left side, blue team for MHS Tigers, we have Wolfdark on Dahaka. We have Gar Chomp Chum on the Bright Wing. We have Winslaw on something that I can't see right now.
Hanzo.
On the Hanzo. And we have Blob. Sorry, where is it? Oh, I got my colors mixed up. We have BB Lob 757 on the Phoenix. And we have Bemedho on the Gazlowe.
All right, and over on the side of Disturbance, we have the Wraithling on Dahaka, Maiev being played by Atrovian. Thrall is enemy of Entropy. Stukov played by Mambo, and OBB on Muradin.
We're going to see Thrall go ahead and skip down and grab that vision. Big fight in the middle. Phoenix getting very low. Oh, running for life and taken down. Phoenix is first blood on this map. We have Gazlowe splitting top right away, gaining all the XP that Gazlowe can.
Yeah, Thrall did not go Crash Lightning quest. He actually went Echo of Elements, so he's going to go ahead and split off into the solo lane because he doesn't need to build those stacks.
Phoenix did go stacks, only got 2 before getting taken down, but we'll see how those numbers increase in the future. Dahaka is going to be facing off against this Gazlowe. We do have a fight in the middle, but both teams are going to back off and no kills are going to be secured.
Hanzo went into Simple Geometry, so he's looks like he's going to go a W build, so he's going to be bouncing those scatter arrows all over the place on this map.
And he's already almost halfway stacked, so he's doing a really good job on that quest as it stands right now. I don't love Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix is a very, very, very strong solo laner, but you don't get those stacks. And if you go with that quest for advanced targeting, you want to kind of be with the rest of the team so you can get a lot of hits on other enemy team players. We do see Maiev coming down bottom, looking for a gank on this very low Phoenix, but BB Lob's shield is recharging. Did hit the well. Going back mid, looks like that gank is not going to happen. Diablo is starting the Bruiser camp for the side of Tigers right now, and it looks like Brightwing is going to go down there and help. Let's take a look at the top lane. Gazlowe has 3 turrets set up and is winning the lane against this Dahaka. A little bit low on mana though, so putting down turrets takes a toll. Thrall working on the siege camp on the side of Disturbance. And this, I don't like this Brightwing Diablo pickup of this Bruiser camp. Diablo does not have enough damage to really clear that camp in an effective manner.
Probably going to be a little late getting to the tribute now, which is not good since, he's the main tank here.
Thrall goes ahead and finishes that siege camp. We see Maiev and Phoenix start heading up towards the tribute. Disturbance is already there. Getting a little bit of vision from Hanzo.
Dahaka trying to zone.
Dahaka doing a good job of getting in the way. Gets polymorphed. We get a flip on Stukov. Dahaka very low. Does go down. And now we start seeing the zoning happening from Bemedho. And we get double channeling from Bemedho and Gar Chomp Chum. And the first tribute does go to Tigers.
Yeah, those turrets are going to be nasty again.
It's going to be a good line of defense against Disturbance, slowly ticking away at their health. So Dahaka is left bottom alone, but Gazlowe is going to go down there and try to match up against him. In the top lane, it's Hanzo and Muradin. This is kind of an odd matchup. And in the middle, we have Dahaka, Brightwing, and Phoenix. versus Thrall, Maev, and Stukov. A lot of
So Thrall just finished his Frostwolf pack quest, and the reward is a reduced cooldown and mana cost of his Feral Spirit by 50%. So
wow,
it's going to have a little more sustain.
And that's 7 in a row that you have to hit without missing. That's that ain't nothing.
Next tribute is spawning down in the bottom.
And in the bottom lane, it looks like Dahaka is trying to regain some of this lane pressure. We do see more damage on the side of Tigers than we do on the side of Disturbance. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We're going to see both teams kind of trickle down towards the bottom, set up for this tribute. Diablo waiting in the bush, going out on Dahaka, getting a pull on Dahaka, but Dahaka goes into stasis and we'll try to back off. Stukov is channeling. It's hitting most of them, and we're very low on the side of Tigers. They're taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're going to have to back out.
Gazlo goes down. Hanzo goes down. Brightwing goes down. Phoenix is running, and Diablo is out of there.
Yeah. They got really, really low. They had to just get out, and they just weren't able to disengage safely.
That was a good turnaround by the side of Disturbance.
And Dahaka immediately goes back up in the top lane to get the soak. So that's good. They're really pushing hard to get 10 first.
Using that global to its fullest potential, after the team fight, killing a few enemy heroes, and then immediately snapping back into a lane that's really hard for the other enemy team to get to as well. So they do. Medho does end up coming back up into the top lane, but we have almost a full level advantage for Disturbance over MHS Tigers. We do see a boss play happening right now by Tigers. They're going to go ahead and try to pick up this boss. I like this play. I think this is really good. They're going to have the boss pushing bottom as they go for the tribute. What do you think?
No, I love it, especially with the build that Hanzo went. He's just going to shred this. I think this is a great play on the side of Tigers.
Phoenix doing good job of zoning off the Thrall to make sure that they don't see that it's coming. But up top, the tribute will be spawning in about 5 seconds. Bumedho is setting up traps, setting up turrets. They're going to have to back up, though. They don't want to get pulled in by that Maev. Maev is channeling and does not get interrupted.
Tigers are split a little awkwardly here.
Diablo in trouble here, getting chased, and OBB and a Wraithling do take Diablo down. That's very surprising. They could not interrupt the channel there.
Yeah, I think they just kind of were a little too split up and they needed to engage from the same direction. But yeah, they'll be fine, I think.
In bottom lane, this Phoenix is going for the kill and does get the kill on Thrall.
Yeah, the Thrall gets... I think he got rooted by the boss there.
Dahaka, though, going in bottom... Now Phoenix is in a bad spot.
Yeah, does he have a teleport available?
I think
That's
it's
the
on
question.
cooldown, and Phoenix does get taken out for the 1-for-1. Top lane, it's Gazlo versus Maev and Stukov. Stukov says he's out. The next tribute is spawning, and it is bottom, and this could be a shot for Moist Weenus.
We shall see. Yep, Gazlo, ideally would be there a little early to set up the turrets, but we'll see if he can get down there and get set up here.
Gazlo is running, but on the team of Tigers, they are going to pick up this Bruiser camp. They want this to be pushing. Gazlo's a little bit out of position.
Yeah, I was worried for him there for sure. I thought he might get caught on that rotation, but luckily he does not.
But Bumudho escapes, and the engage starts here with Maev jumping in, trying to pull people. Apok comes down, doesn't really hit very much, but Stukov's in trouble on the back line, as well as Dahaka. Dahaka gets healed almost for full. We have the laser coming out from
There's
Phoenix
Warden's
doing
Cage.
so much damage, but they are very, very low on both sides. There goes the Phoenix, there goes the Diablo. Gazlo will fall. Hanzo in a lot of trouble. He will go down as well. Can they get the Brightwing for the team wipe? They do not, and this is going to be a curse for Disturbance.
Yeah, that was really exciting team fight there. We should probably talk about ults here. So Disturbance, they did go. Well, actually, they're just picking.
They're picking next
Oh,
year.
I'm sorry. Yep, adaptation for Tahaka. Warden's Cage we already saw come out from Maiev. We've got Earthquake for Thrall, Flailing Swipe for Stukov, and Avatar for a very tanky Muradin.
And for Tigers, we have Dragon's Arrow, we have Gravel Bomb, we have Emerald Wind, we have Purification Salvo, and Apocalypse. Most of which we saw in that last fight, but I forgot to bring up. So thank you, Swing, for reminding me. Tahaka running away. We have a two-man defense here from BB Lob 757 and Winslow. They push them back, but they cannot save the fort, and now they are getting flanked by the Maiev. Hanzo, trying to jump, gets pulled back. A great play and a tongue for a magnificent combo kill.
Yeah, great
on
job by
Hanzo.
Wraithling there to get that tongue on Hanzo.
Phoenix chasing Mambo number 5, but it's more of a power play and not really a real chase. The first curse has ended, and miraculously, Tigers has only lost one fort.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was actually that didn't go too badly for them. It could have been a lot worse.
The kill count is 11 kills on the side of Disturbance to 2 kills on the side of Tigers. Is there, and they're also down 2 levels. Can Tigers come back from this?
Oh, 100%. They definitely can. I think that Tigers maybe could get a little aggressive here right before Disturbance hits level 16. Maybe look for a fight.
They're on equal talent tier. They probably want to pick a fight if they want one before Disturbance hits 16.
Yeah, I mean, if they get a pick or two here, they could even go up and take Disturbance's boss. We'll see what happens.
This is an outgunned, outmatched fight right now. We have 3 versus 5 in mid. I think right now Tigers is trying to gain XP. I think they're trying to make up the difference. They're splitting into different lanes. Now they're coming together a little bit. Gazlo's still top, but Tahaka's coming in, and they get a pick on the Phoenix. Well played by Disturbance, coming in. That silence being huge, preventing the teleport. Maiev coming in, not diving.
Yeah, if they move up any closer, Diablo might be able to bring one of them over the gate, but the gate just went.
Disturbance is a little bit empowered by these mercenaries that they have pushing with them, and it gives them a little bit of protection while they push onto this Moonwell, and they will probably get some damage on this fort.
Comes the Warden's Cage.
A lot of damage going down on the Brightwing. Emerald Wind used to disengage, but this fort is still going to be lost. And this is exactly what Disturbance was looking for anyways. And they get it, and the ult is burned on Brightwing.
And now they can fall back and go for the tribute, so that was nice timing.
All 5 members of Tigers, MHS Tigers, are up right now, so they could contest this. We still have 15 seconds, but it looks like there's a heavy perimeter of Disturbance hovering around this tribute. It looks like we have some members of Tigers going in on the boss. It looks like they want to try to take this boss and just give the tribute this time.
Yeah, I think that's the right move because they're down a talent tier. It's not a curse, and they've got plenty of boss control, plenty of boss shred. So I think this is a good move here.
Disturbance is not fooled though. They easily pick up the curse, which is right next to their own boss, and they will pick up their own boss as well. So we will have a 1-to-1 on tributes, and both bosses pushing in both lanes.
Yep.
Both
difference is Tiger's boss is going straight toward a keep wall, whereas the boss for Disturbance has a fort to go through still.
Absolutely. We do get to see a faster response from Disturbance defending this boss because it is going onto their keep wall. But we do see MHS Tigers going up to defend against this boss. But this fort is taking a lot of damage. Big stun on the Hanzo there and the Diablo. The boss for Tigers does go down. It takes down almost the whole... It takes down the whole gate and almost both towers. And immediately... Disturbance will go on to their camp to help push out that lane. In mid, we have Tiger's own camp pushing middle against Thrall. And they give up that camp. and they decide they want this next tribute. They want to get a curse. They have not gotten a curse yet. The first curse did go to Disturbance, and now they're back tied again. They've been lapped by Disturbance, and now they're on even ground.
Just this is the fight they want right here.
Dahaka goes ahead and uses Global to get up top again. Warden's Cage go down. We see APOC go down. Doesn't get a whole lot of value.
Maev is in trouble here.
Salvo comes out, but Gazlo does drop. Maev drops. We see a lot of damage going on Dahaka. Healing up a little bit. Diablo is very low, as well as Phoenix. Phoenix goes down. Diablo looking low.
Stukov goes down as well.
Diablo will go down, and he goes down as well. So right now, it's a 2v3, and this tribute is going to go to the side of Disturbance.
Yeah.
Hanzo gets picked as well.
Played.
Very, very strong play from Disturbance on these tributes. They're going to go ahead and push their advantage and take the siege camp from,
I like this
from
play.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. In the bottom lane, they also have a little bit of a siege camp left down here, and Diablo doesn't have much to do right now, so he's going to try to clear what he can. But this top siege camp does go to Disturbance, and it will put damage on these towers until Gazlo can come and kill them.
Yeah. Good play there. And now they're going to go in and take their Bruiser camp, it looks like.
Disturbance moving in, taking their Bruiser camp quite easily. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do right here, right now. Now, since Diablo... It looks like Diablo didn't take this Siege Giant bottom, but, it's not going to get all that far. Phoenix is venturing mid with the help of Brightwing, but Phoenix is kind of in a little bit of a precarious situation. Shield's going down, taking a lot of damage, silenced. Does make it out, though. That was quite scary for Phoenix.
Also, we didn't mention that at level 16, when Diablo picks up Domination, it's a real power spike for Diablo. And with all these walls to slam people against, he can get very terrifying very quickly.
We get a tongue onto Gazlo. Diablo is low, backing up. He's going to take too much damage, and he will go down. Maev is leading the advance on the retreating team. The Gazlo bomb goes off, stuns a few. Phoenix is retreating. The Thrall is coming to re-engage, and the curse number 2 is picked up by Disturbance.
Yeah,
and also shot number 2.
Doing a great job. And they've got a camp, and 4 of them moving up here in the bottom lane on this bottom keep. Disturbance
is having a huge push right now. Tigers need to put up a valiant defense, a huge defense right now to keep all these forts. And so
they're
far,
doing it.
They are
Look at all
doing
that
it.
Damage.
There we go.
Wow.
They blow down the Muradin, the tanky Muradin. The Phoenix keeps advancing, but do get a tongue pull from the Dahaka. But everybody else keeps going in. We get a stun from the Hanzo. We get some scatter arrows from the Hanzo. Maev is really low right now. Dahaka is blocking a little bit of that. Maev will go down. We get a big swipe from the Stukov. Hanzo is on the retreat. Thrall is engaging and then also running at the same time. He's going to try to escape, and it looks like we do get 2 counter kills from MHS Tigers onto Disturbance. That was good. That's what they needed. They didn't lose any keeps. They have to push back the lanes. They really have to get some more of these tributes. They have to get a curse of their own. There's only 1 fort that's down on the side of Disturbance right now.
Top keep is taking some damage. Someone needs to go up and help clear that. But yeah, a great defense on the side of Tigers, absolutely. And they're also about to hit 20. They just hit 20, so they're even talent tier again. They definitely can turn this around. They just need to get their own curse, like you said, take out those, other couple forts. Either that or take this boss like they're doing right now and try to push with it all the way and get that bottom keep. That's another option.
Yeah, we see the pickup of the boss from Tigers. However, Disturbance is also going to pick up their boss at the same time. They're not racing to go challenge them. I don't think they would have made it at... Well, it looks like Gazlo's going up there and Diablo, which is dangerous. You can't send 2 into a possible 5.
I just don't
now
think
they're sending
they're
3 into a possible 5. They're not there in time. Disturbance does get the boss, and now Gazlo's in a lot of trouble, but that was a very nice stun from the Hanzo. Gazlo is still very low on the front line. Emerald Wind coming out. Bamedho does escape to the back line. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Phoenix coming out with a huge amount of damage. Dahaka goes down. Stukov goes down, and Thrall. That was a huge play.
That was a huge play.
Plays.
I thought they were in big trouble. They do have a boss they need to defend, which is heading towards their top keep here, which is already at a little less than half health.
But at the same time, Tigers have their boss hitting on the keep of Disturbance, and it will get this keep, and there's nothing that they can do about it. That was a 3-for-none trade on the side of Tigers, and they don't even care about this boss,
interesting.
though.
Yeah, they just let that boss take the top keep.
They're letting the boss go. I don't know about. They're trying to end. Tigers are trying to end.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Let's see. They got to get a pick here. Oh, Warden's cage goes down. We get a big bomb going out. Not Phoenix putting out some laser damage. Ooh, Maiev getting very, very low.
Get the 2 cores.
Muradin. And this game is going to go to Tigers. They are going to get a domination on Disturbance.
Oh, wow, that was such a gutsy play call.
What?
I don't know who their
game.
shot caller is, but I have to tip my hat to you. That was such a gutsy call there. Well done.
All or nothing. That was quite the game. You know, it's funny. Well, I mean, just look. Okay, so Tigers' first game, they heavily play the objective. They put up mines, they put up traps, they do barricades, they want the objective. The second game, they didn't win a single curse, and they won the game.
Yeah, I mean, they kept it together. Because it's easy to get discouraged. You've lost 2 curses, and you've got a lot of structure damage against you, and you're definitely behind on structures. I think they only had the bottom fort down at that point, and that was just really impressive. They stuck with their game plan. I think their game plan was to get those bosses. I think that's why Hanzo went the build that he did, and they were able to pull it off. And Phoenix, towards the end of the game there, had some huge ultimates that really were able to get 1 or 2 kills on the other team, and that made a big difference for them. So they just basically weakened that bottom lane and used that as their win condition.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix did have 101 stacks at the end of that game, so there was a lot of additional damage coming out from that. I feel like MHS Tigers really took advantage of wins that they got. When they won a team fight, they took a boss, they pushed with it, and that was a really ballsy call at the very end, where they're like, you know what? We're gonna let this boss push on our core. We're gonna push with the boss that we have bottom, and we're just gonna see who wins out.
Yeah, it was just all or nothing at that point, and I love that kind of shot calling. It was really exciting, and obviously it was the right call in this situation. Well done. I mean, both teams played amazing. I mean, Disturbance did a great job of picking up, curse after curse and pushing out the lanes. It really did everything right. Just at the end, Tigers just were able to, get a couple picks and just win that court race at the end.
Absolutely. This is a fantastic series. Both teams played very well, both games. I really enjoy, personally, casting games where you don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way. It's exciting. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. And, I thank both teams for putting up a fantastic series. The only thing I could improve upon, I would say, is not making me have to take 2 shots right now, because the only 2 curses that were accumulated were on the side of Disturbance.
And I gotta thank Disturbance. Thanks, Disturbance. You had my back that time.
It's all fair. I should probably pour this into a shot glass, because it'll probably be less than what I'm taking. And if you're concerned about what we're doing, there's just water in here. Whoops.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that we're both over the age of 21.
Turn that label there so you can't see what it was. All right. Good call. Good call, Swing. And by good call, I mean bad call by me. But it doesn't matter, because that was an exciting game. I had a blast casting. Thank you so much for joining me,
too.
Swing. You can find Swing on Twitter at Swingtime Gaming. You can find her on Twitch at twitch.tv/swingtime. You can find me at on Twitter at moistweenus, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/moistweenus. Is there anything else you would like to talk about or pimp, Swing?
No, I just wanted to thank you for having me on to co-cast with you. This was a really, really fun series. I actually very much enjoyed this. And congratulations to both teams, Disturbance and MHS Tigers. You both played amazing tonight.
You know, there's a lot of talk about Heroic Division, A Division, B Division. They're all great divisions. There's a lot of good players. They play very well. It might just be me personally, but I feel like in D and C, like there's a lot of stuff going on that people that people just don't see in those other divisions. Like you see a lot of huge comebacks, you see a lot of turnarounds, and I really enjoy all divisions. So if you're in D, if you're in C, if you're in B, A, or H, just play your best. And thank you for putting up so many great games. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
If you can, go ahead and join Patreon for the NGS Nexus Gaming Series. If you have $1 a month, whatever. If you have $5, you can do that. You can do Patreon. If you can afford it, great. If you can't, if you're like, you know, you only have so much money, you're a college student, whatever, that's totally fine. Instead of you know, throwing money, just like every once in a while, just throw an admin for NGS. Just throw them a thank you. Be like, hey, thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it. So. I know I appreciate all of our fellow casters, and if you guys have other games that you're playing, they don't end up being casted, go ahead and throw them into the replay, Cast My Replay channel, and either Swing and I or someone else will get to them eventually. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
See you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Swing, and we are outsies.